Hey, how you doing? Grampy here, back in the Let's Play world. I'm at the XP Donut, obviously, and I'm up here at these upper um, slime block pushers, and just wanted to show you what I've done to finish this farm off. So last time we had finished all of the redstone and all of the everything we needed to get everything moving down below. The redstone at the drop shafts and the redstone down here in the center mechanism to bounce it up here. And we left these alone, and so that's what I've done off camera here. I have just finished off the redstone to make these things work. And here's kind of, I'll let you watch Snow Crash's video to see the details, but you just grab some power from down in the bottom area and bring a torch tower up to this level, which is one block below the slime blocks. You put pistons in this configuration on each of the corners, just like that, and make sure you put a slab or a glass block on top of those pistons, because and also let me show you I've put daylight sensors on top of these slime blocks and turned them off, so you can turn daylight sensors on and off, by the way, just by right clicking them. Turn them off or they'll power something, and that'll hopefully prevent stuff from spawning on these slime blocks. And the thing we're worried about is ghasts. I actually did have a ghast spawn up here and greeted me when I came up here and started shooting fireballs. He missed everything, but he'll break these drop shafts if he hits them. He'll break, they can break glass. They'll break all the redstone. So ghasts are going to play havoc if they can spawn in here. Hopefully that'll keep it from spawning. But this is kind of the way that this works. Not really sure what these pieces here are for, but Snow Crash had them in there. I think you could delete those, and it doesn't look to me like they're doing anything. But anyway, this is it. And then you just take power over and do the exact same thing on the other side. And I just grabbed power from one of these redstone torches down there. That one, the second one, stair-stepped it up here and brought it over and lit it up. So you can watch Snow Crash's tutorial. He shows you how to do it. But we are ready to just go give this thing a try, guys. So the first thing we need to do is enable it with a redstone torch right in that location. So we're turning it off every time we leave because it does have this problem. Let's just go look, because one of the other things that I've done off camera is add Snow Crash's improvements to try to prevent the problem that happens. If you leave when this farm is running and the chunks unload, frequently these glass blocks that are on top of these pistons that you just saw retract will actually get stuck against those slime blocks and suck back there. Have no idea how it happens. It's really baffling because it just looks like there should be no way, but they do. And then you just have to come in and break them and then put them back on top of these pistons. So the better thing to do, so anyway, what I did was add these pulse extenders here to really create some separation between the timing of those pistons there. Just added another repeater on 4 ticks here, and that holds those down a little longer. And then changed the timing back here slightly by adding one more repeater and putting both of these repeaters on 3 ticks instead of one repeater on 4 ticks. So that's kind of how that works. So we got 6 ticks of delay instead of 4. Did that on all 4 sides. Well, let's go up and give it a try, guys. I will admit, full disclosure, I've already tried it. You can see on my hot bar, I've got 119 XP. I was using it for a while last night before I went to bed. So let's aggro these guys. And here they come. Now I'm going to put fences around this, and I'm going to put a mine cart that you can get yourself up and down here. But there's how, let's watch again now. So pigmen are falling in the drop shafts. Now watch those pistons kick the XP, lands on those, and voila, XP. Let's watch it again. The timing is really cool. The XP bounces up and those things extend under it and then bounce it up again. It's Snow Crash is a pretty awesome YouTuber, Minecrafter. He's kind of slowing down. I don't think he's made many videos lately. It's kind of sad. Some of the fun Minecrafters are kind of losing their Minecraft mojo, it seems like. But this is quite a contribution to the Minecraft community worldwide. He's from Australia, I think. Better not talk about him too much because I don't know him, or I don't know much about him, but he sounds like he's from Australia. And I'll link his tutorial, obviously. So, guys, this project is done. And it was a pretty big one. You know, it's... let's mend up our stuff while we're here. But the remaining things that we have to do on this farm are finish the minecart elevator that gets us down here. We're going to put some fences around this so we can kind of move a little more freely, like this. So now, sometimes it helps to wake some pigment up if you just move around the edges of your glass block. So this creates a little more secure area. It still lets you see what's going on, which I really like. That's why I put a glass block here, because I like to see it. But the things that are left to do are, you know, the minecart elevator to get all the way up and down, and then the one minecart here that'll get us up and down from our AFK block. And then hoppers. And so what we need is a lot of minecarts to make the elevator. A whole lot of them to get all the way up. And then we need another whole lot of iron to create hoppers to connect all of these drop shafts into two sorting systems down there and get our stuff sorted into chests and all that. So the one thing that we need to finish this farm off is a lot of iron, which we do not have. And so I'm thinking that our next project may be to go build an iron farm, and I'm really thinking I'd like to try to build Tango Tech's new design, the Iron Phoenix, I think he calls it, which is a resettable farm. It's not like the Iron Titan, if you're familiar with that, where you have to build it in the spawn chunks, or else the villages get destroyed when the chunks unload. So because the spawn chunks never do unload, as long as you spit something into the nether. I don't know the science behind it, but anyway, this new farm, you can build it anywhere, and it just it resets itself when you tell it to, and initiate a redstone sequence. So you can build it anywhere and turn it on. It takes a little while to reset, so you have to AFK there for a while, but once it's running, it produces just a massive quantity of iron. So your AFK sessions, you'll get chests full of iron blocks. So I'm thinking we'll do that. We'll just kind of leave this farm the way it is for now, because we can fly up and down here and use it whenever we want. But we need iron to finish it off, and I don't really want to run around and through caves and strip mine for iron. Not interested in that. So that may be what we do. We'll build an iron farm, try to get some iron, and then we'll finish this thing off. So anyway, guys, we'll think about that, and the next time I see you, we will be ready to do something, and I think that's what we'll do. So we'll see you in a flash. Okay, guys, we're back just for a little update. It's actually been a long time since I ended the previous video segment and started this one. I've had a lot of things happen to me. One, really good, some good things and some bad things. The good thing is my youngest daughter got married 2 weekends ago, and so I've been kind of wrapped up, involved in that, and having a great time with my daughter's wedding. And then the bad thing was my dishwasher decided to break and flood my house. So for about the past 5 days, my dishwasher just spewed gallons and gallons of water into my kitchen, and it came down to my basement, and I have a finished basement, and it flooded my ceiling, and it broke all over the floor and flooded the carpet. So I've had a mess in my house, and so the water people, the Service Pro guys or whatever they're called, have had their fans and heaters running in here. It's been like a giant wind tunnel. I couldn't record anything because it's been so loud. So it's been a long time for me, but I'm back in business here, and in the meantime I've done quite a bit of work, and I wanted to just give you a real quick update before we end this video and start thinking about the next project. So you can see I finished off this path over to the AFK spot, and I put my minecart in here. So you just go down the minecart and drop onto our little glass block to get this thing working. I think I may have left this running, didn't I? No, it's not running. Good, that's good. And then when you want out, you just, exit out like a normal minecart. So there's that. But then you can see, not very well from here, down there is where the real work has been happening. I went ahead and hooked up the drop shafts with hoppers. These are all hoppers. Hoppers with droppers on top, and then slabs on top of that to prevent spawns. The droppers are to prevent all of those hoppers from creating lag. So if you don't know, just a plain hopper is constantly checking to see if there's anything above it that needs to be received. And so you can kill some of that lag by placing an item on top of it that has its own inventory, or a place for an inventory. A lot of people use furnaces, but I think it was, I can't remember if it was Panda. No, I think it was Il Mango did some testing, and he proved that the best thing to put on top of those hoppers to kill that lag are droppers. And droppers are almost as cheap as furnaces to make. There's just a bunch of cobblestone and some redstone dust. So I put droppers on top of every hopper and then slabs on top. But you can see the drops from this drop shaft and that drop shaft are coming out into this line and going down there and feeding into a sorting system. And then the drops from the other two, from that one and that one, are feeding into this sorting system. So let's go down and look. Grampy expert flyer. So you can see what we've got here. A bunch of chests. So we're going to have 8 rows of chests This side over here is actually finished. And so we're going to have four of these chest stacks reserved for the nuggets. The next 3 are going to be reserved for the ingots. And then the final one we're going to fill up with rotten meat. And then as soon as if the chests get full, like if all 4 of these stacks got completely full of ingots, or this stack gets completely full of rotten flesh, which is going to happen pretty fast, the overflow would just come across into this hopper chain, into that dropper, and this is just a little clock that's going to spit them out into that lava. It's a pretty standard design. I've got slabs on top to prevent spawns. Everything is spawn proof, so we don't get gas. But you can see on that hopper, we've just got a block to the back of it with a comparator reading that block, and then powering this block, which powers that redstone, which powers that block, which I don't know if I can do this or not, which will power a repeater right down there, and then feeding it through, well, so this repeater will get powered, and then this redstone, and it'll just power into this block that's on the other side of this dropper right here. So that creates a pretty fast clock that that's pretty reliably, keeps up, because what we're going to have is a lot of swords. All the golden, so when we're up there AFKing, this thing is just going to be tick, tick, ticking, spitting swords into that lava, and then overflowing with whenever these get full of whatever their item is. The sorting system is pretty standard. It's the one I always do. It's just 3 rows off of that top dropper. Well, let's go up there. Let's go up and take a look. Or, we can just crash into it. Sorry, it's hard to get a look at this stuff. So anyway, just these 3 rows across out from the top dropper, the top chest, and then here's our input line, and then a hopper underneath there that's being read by comparators, each one, and then these hoppers are where the magic happens, right? So we've got a unique item filling up the first 4 slots. In this case, it's a button that I have a specific name for, so there's no chance of one of these accidentally falling in the system. And then you just put a stack of whatever you want to sort out in there. So in that one, that's where we're sorting the rotten meat. These 4, we're sorting nuggets, etc. Here's where we're sorting the ingots. So that's how that works, guys. And then, of course, there's a repeater back here with redstone above this block as well. So redstone across all of that, redstone on there, and then the torches that power these on and off when there's items being sorted in. So it just locks them so that when the filter detects something that it's supposed to, it sucks it down, and then these get locked so that, however that works. So this side is done. This side, however, is waiting on more hoppers. So we've run out of iron, and so now our mission is to get enough iron for, let's see, there would be 4 plus 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 plus 10 or so, probably 45 hoppers. So let's see, 45 hoppers, according to my math, that is like 87 million metric tons of iron that still need to be collected. So that's kind of what our mission is going to be, guys, is to go out and keep running through the caves. That's what I've been doing to collect all of this stuff. What I said I wouldn't do, I actually did. So I did this because I couldn't record any videos, and I figured, I don't want to bore you by building all of this on camera anyway. This is all standard stuff you've probably seen before and done yourselves a million times. So But I did want to show you the layout and how I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to put, I don't know, I'll probably put fences around here mostly for decoration, and maybe just leave a one wide pathway out here to turn our farm on and off, at least until we get smart enough to figure out how to do that automatically. And then we still have to do our minecart elevator, I guess. It's really hard to get motivated to do that when you can fly, but I think we ought to build it, you know, with the assumption that you know, we can't fly, and you know, so that somebody else could get on here without Elytra and still be able to use it. That'll never happen, but maybe it will. Who knows? So anyway, guys, that's what I've done, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it looks okay. It's a little weird when you get down here, activate. You know, when you get down and look at it, it's a little wonky with all those hoppers. I tried to make them as symmetrical as I could. I probably used more hoppers than I needed to make them symmetrical. Of course, you know, this side only needs to go to here. That other side needs to go all the way to the back. And then the platform where we're going to be working. Now, one of the reasons I want to put fences around it is because not to keep us from falling, but to keep the angry pigmen from attacking us when we're crafting gold blocks and stuff up there. That is one thing we could have done, is gotten really fancy and made some kind of a, you know, a speed crafting station for that, but, you know, whatever. with the new crafting system that is in 1.12, that old speed crafting method is probably outdated anyway. Somebody might come up with some really whacked way to do crafting really fast with the new stuff, but that's for somebody smarter than I am. Anyway, guys, there's the progress, and so next time we're really going to start our new project. This was a pretty big project, guys, especially since I had to go grind so much for the resources, especially that iron. But next time we're going to really start another project. I don't know what it is. I'm a little less committed to the iron farm now. I'm kind of tired of building big farms. I'd kind of like to just take a break from that and build, you know, so we've done the creeper farm, and now we've done this. Maybe it's time to just go build something cool, like a house of some kind or whatever. So I don't know. We'll think about it, and we'll get started in the next video. But guys, appreciate you watching this one, and we'll see you next time.